Hello guys. Welcome back. Another video without a face cam, but it is what it is. Today I'm going to just make a video about the actual problem with PMO and how you escape it. Something I have dealt with myself. Well, I say dealt with, still dealing with. PMO, if you don't know, refers to porn, masturbation, and orgasm. You may say it's kind of cringe, whatever, but it's a real thing and a problem. Okay? So, just get to it. Like, number one. Oh my fucking god, that is thick. Sorry. Thickness down, and that's better. So, why is this a problem? Why is PMO bad? This is a good question that you may ask yourself. Why is it even bad? And this is just my stance on it. And yeah, this is my stance on it and why it's bad. So out of the three PMO, I would say porn is the worst. Porn is the worst, okay? So why is porn bad? Well, first of all of these three, I would say, in some sense, are a waste of time. A waste of time, you could use your time much more efficiently doing something else, improving yourself. Talking to your friends, mate. Playing video games would be better than this, I think, in my opinion. A lot better. Now, it also kind of just causes your brain, like, it causes brain rot. Like, it's just, if you don't know what brain rot is, it's like a new-ish term of, just Google it, okay? It causes brain rot, in my experience. Now, it will destroy your willpower as well. Every time you, like, give in to your temptations, not to say you should beat yourself down if you do fail when trying to improve, like trying to quit this habit. If you fail, you shouldn't beat yourself down. But every time you do give in to temptations, you will take away some of your willpower. It will kind of like diminish it. Like, the more you watch porn, the less you'll train your willpower. And that's my experience. Again, it might sound stupid or whatever. It's my experience, okay? When I watch a lot of porn, I tend to do other stuff that's like kind of bad for me and doesn't require willpower more. Like, I tend to eat more snacks. I tend to not work out as much. I tend to not do, like, eat healthy. I tend to not eat healthy. So, in that way, it destroys my willpower. So, I would say have a think, decide what you want your life to be, and act accordingly. Whether you are gonna try and beat this temptation, or give into it. Because, I mean, you're gonna fail sometimes when trying to quit this, and that's okay. Okay, now, porn, it makes perceptions, like, it makes your perception of people, and not just women, obscured. And this is my experience, as I said before. And I think this might be also caused by the actual ejaculation and the signals it sends to your brain. When you ejaculate your seed, you basically tell yourself that you have reproduced, with a partner. And reproducing it's like one of the basic primal instincts. Wants, you want to make more of yourself. You want to carry human life forward. This might sound like overcomplicating it, but I don't actually think it is. So every time you you release your seed. You tell yourself you have reproduced, and therefore socializing can become like worse, because you don't actually need to put yourself out there to go find a mate. You kind of just relaxed. You're fine with what you've done. You've done your duty, but it's just fake. It's just a false sense of accomplishment, because you haven't actually reproduced. You've just sat in your room, watched porn, and touched your penis. So, in that sense, I think it can destroy your social life as well. Okay? Number 2, like really, I would say porn, it can escalate really quickly. So when you watch something, one thing turns into another, and you want more and more, wilder and wilder porn. You remember the good old days where you could just search for, like, you would see a woman in a bikini and you would go wild, man. Those days are long gone, isn't it? Like, that's, I don't know, but you just watch more and more weirder and weirder, weird, whatever, worse and worse porn, and at some point you may even be enjoying something you don't even like watching, something that might turn you on, but you aren't actually attracted to it, simply because the boring old big tits stepmom videos are getting too old for you, because you've watched all of it, man. You're bored of it. You move on to something wilder, and I've heard stories of some straight men, like the straightest of men, they've begun watching trans porn. Trans porn, it's basically men dressed as women in a sexual setting. And I'm not gonna lie, that is more widespread than I think you think. And I think that's kind of concerning. Now, even worse, and I don't have anything against gay people or anything, but I've even heard of straight men watching gay porn. It's obviously very extreme, but it's real. And it's because for some reason you kind of go down this where you can find like something that, I don't know, I don't exactly know the science behind it, but your brain just craves more and more, and even though you aren't attracted to it, it turns you on because you have been stimulated so much, I guess, by normal porn, and you need more and more. Sorry. It's extreme, but yeah. You can also ask the question for this: why is the above even bad? Like, why is it bad to watch she-male or gay porn? Why would that be bad? Well, I mentioned something before with just general why porn is bad, but watching things you're turned on by but not actually attracted to, I can tell you that will give you the biggest feel of shame ever. Okay? It feels fucking terrible afterwards. You become more and more addicted also the more you watch porn. Okay? The more you watch porn, the more you become addicted. The more you don't watch porn, the easier it is to not watch porn again. Okay? So it was also a waste of time, and it makes ordinary things slightly more difficult, which is, again, not what you want if you're trying to improve yourself. Now, this last one is kind of like a quote or whatever, but it's again true, and I've mentioned something above that's kind of similar. Lonely men tend to watch porn because they might not have a partner. Then they watch porn and masturbate. It gives them a false sense of having a partner, at least to some degree. Obviously, I know there is more to a partner than watching porn, but lonely men watch porn because they don't have a girlfriend. Then they release their seed. It gives them a false sense of having an actual partner, and they stay lonely because then they just watch porn again when they become lonely, and it's an evil loop, and you get sucked more and more into it. Okay? Now, how can you make quitting porn easier? First of all, just know you may relapse, and that's okay. How to quit. I know I actually didn't write any notes above of why it's bad, but I'm gonna try to do that now. How to quit. So, don't beat yourself down. Don't beat. That says beat yourself down. Fucking hell. Whatever you do, don't beat yourself down. It's a waste of time, okay? Just get up and try again. Try to quit again. Try to forget about it. Now, there's also all the kind of debate whether you should count the days or not. I think if you count the days, I guess it can help in the beginning, but ultimately you are just counting down the days until you relapse again. Don't count days. That's my recommendation, I guess. Don't count days. So yeah, it's kind of like you're counting your days until you're gonna relapse again. Oh, I've not watched it for a week. Now I can do it again because I've done well. No, man. Like, you're just gonna keep relapsing that way. Trust me. Own experience again. I've relapsed literally 1,000 times. Okay, I don't know, but I've relapsed a lot of times, man. So, don't count days. It's, yeah. You might think it helps. And it might actually help like the first couple of days. Because you feel like you're doing great. And you are. But at some point you kind of get too proud. Some people at least can get too proud of now I've reached 14 days. Now I can do it again. To kind of reward yourself. So no. My opinion, don't count days. Also, it will keep you thinking about it. Like, it's like every day you kind of, counting another day, you'll keep reminding yourself about the porn, about the masturbation, and you'll keep thinking about it, and you'll relapse. I guess the ultimate goal would be something along the lines of forgetting completely about porn. Okay? Now, for this first point here, don't beat yourself down. I'll just add to it and say, just know that years of porn addiction will likely take a long time to not be in your life anymore. Imagine you've been addicted to something for 5+ years, 6, 7 years, man. That's a lot of people a lot of people have been like that. You can't expect to just get rid of it snap, it's gone. Some people, yes, there's outliers who can do it, who can just never do it again all of a sudden. But don't beat yourself down because you relapse. It will likely take a long time to escape, and that's just the truth. Okay? Now, tips again, I would say delete delete Tinder, delete TikTok, delete all these fucking shitty brain rot platforms. Yeah. In my experience, I've deleted mine. It has helped tremendously already, not being on these sites. Watching these TikTok, Instagram reels, it rewards you with very quick, easy to get dopamine. It kind of spikes your dopamine, and just like you don't have to work for it at all, and it's just very quick. Watching 100 videos, 5 minutes, and Tinder is kind of like you're just seeing hot girls and all that. It's gonna make you relapse. Instagram, you can also see hot girls, but just it doesn't even have to be about sexuality. In TikTok and in Instagram, it's just the fact that you are seeing so many videos, and it kind of spikes your dopamine in a quick to get easy fashion, and that will make you more likely to watch porn. And I'll just mention quickly something very interesting in my opinion. I heard a podcast, Andrew Huberman and David Goggins, talking about doing what sucks makes it easier to do what sucks. And Andrew Huberman mentioned something, you can search this up, anterior mid-cingulate cortex. That is something that will, a part of your brain, it will grow doing something that you don't actually like to do. Maybe taking a cold shower, going for a run, stop snacking, stop eating porn. Like, you want to watch porn, you don't watch porn. That will make this grow. He also talks about it in this video, that having like this grows, you'll have more willpower. And he even mentioned, like, this sounds kind of wild, he even mentioned this may represent the actual fire inside of your life, the fire to live. I think I was talking about the anterior mid-cingulate cortex that Andrew Huberman and David Goggins talked about in their podcast. And the interesting thing was that, as Andrew Huberman would say, that this part of the brain would actually grow in physical size, right? In accordance to you doing exactly something that you don't actually want to do. David Goggins would probably say, do something that sucks, right? So, if you do something that sucks, which is also usually how, we are used to thinking about when we want to strengthen our willpower. How do we usually go on about that? We say, it's usually doing things that kind of suck. And it's exactly the same here. This anterior mid-cingulate cortex, I think you should search it up. It's kind of interesting. After this video, it would grow in size when you do something that sucks. But you have to actually think, it has to actually suck for you. So if you really, really enjoy running and it doesn't suck, I don't think it will grow. It won't improve you. Okay? But I mean, most people won't like to run. Like, yes, they'll like to run, they'll like the feeling afterwards of accomplishment. They'll still think it sucks to run. That's me at least, okay? I love running in some regard. I also love it because it sucks in some way, even though it sounds weird. But yeah. Huberman also said this anterior mid-cingulate cortex would, in some resemblance, represent the actual fire inside your body, inside your mind, inside your heart, whatever you want to call it. The actual fire inside of you. The actual fire to dream big, to live life. So, basically, a bigger anterior mid-cingulate cortex by doing things that suck, by doing less of what is very comfortable all the time. Basically, you need to be out of your comfort zone, and this thing will grow. It will give you more life power, more willpower. Okay? So my recommendation as to how you can use this with PMO, porn, how you want to escape it, as I said, delete TikTok, all of these, like Instagram, Tinder, these so-called brain rot platforms, and already there, not been on them. I think that will increase the size of this anterior mid-cingulate cortex, because I actually find myself, now that I've deleted Instagram, almost as an instinct, every time I just sit down to have a piss or poo, or like visit the toilet, whatever, I need a poo, whatever. Every time I have some free time, I open my phone and, like the place where I used to have Instagram, my fucking thumb automatically goes up there. I find that so insane. I actually do. I open my phone and my thumb is just up there, but there's no Instagram now. And I'm like, oh my god, I was so sucked into this. But yeah, I think watching like brain rot content will make it more likely for you to watch porn, which then you'll obviously also probably masturbate, and you'll end up relapsing. So I would say, number one recommendation, just go fully onto self-improvement. So, I'm not saying social media is bad, but cut out the crap social media. And you know what crap social media is. It's the Instagram Reels where you're just doom scrolling. If you use Instagram to create Reels, to create posts of your own, creating a brand, creating actual valuable content, I think that's fine, obviously. But cutting out the crap would be my recommendation. Research, go into and try meditation, journaling, working out, also running, that's also working out, but doing cardio, eating healthy, stop snacking, and all of these things will have effect on your brain that will help you, not watch porn. And I think that is also, that kind of correlates to what I said about the Andrew Huberman thing about the anterior mid-cingulate cortex. That's the last time I'm going to say that name, because it's it's a long ass complex name. But that part of the brain will grow doing something out of your comfort zone, pretty much. And I find that very interesting. Okay? Growing that will give you more life, more willpower. So get on self-improvement is my number one recommendation. And I know this video, like as I'm recording it, it's a one take video and I'm gonna upload it regardless. But I am aware, because I can kind of hear when I talk that this, whatever you want to call it, presentation is kind of all over the place. But it's a raw, unedited, pretty much unedited. There was a little break in there because my parents came in, but it's a raw, pretty much unedited, video on my stance in, like, with PMO and tips how to escape it. Okay, I'm gonna implement these tips myself. I don't have Instagram, Tinder, TikTok, anything. So yeah, hopefully it could help some of you, and I will probably make future videos around this around this subject, because this video was all over the place. Still, hopefully you can get some of the key points. I can just quickly summarize them. Porn is bad. Porn is bad because waste of time, causes brain rot, destroys willpower. Every time you give in to temptations, you kind of decrease your willpower. Every time you don't give in to temptations, you increase your willpower. Makes perceptions of people, not just women, obscured and worse. You will be able to socialize less, have less want to go out and socialize. Therefore, you'll be worse at it. It escalates rapidly, meaning you'll get in. If you keep watching porn, porn is inherently addictive, and at some point you'll get into more like darker and darker themes, subjects around porn, and it will get wilder and worse. Now, watching these videos will bring even bigger shame on you. For instance, some people, straight men, has watched she-male porn. Okay, that is kind of fucked up. I don't have anything against she-males or transgender, whatever. But yeah. What more? Lonely men tend to watch porn. They don't have because they don't have a partner. Then they masturbate and watch porn, and it gives them a false sense of having a partner and having reproduced. And then they stay lonely because it's only a false sense of having a partner. It's not an actual partner. Summarizing how to quit it. I would say delete Instagram, TikTok, Tinder, brain rot, all the brain rot platforms. Helps tremendously not being on these sites when trying to escape porn addiction, because they reward you with quick, easy to get dopamine that spikes your dopamine. What am I just saying? Yeah. Watching like TikTok reels or spike your dopamine, it's very easy. You can just watch hundreds of videos in 5 minutes, and you'll be more likely to watch porn. Also, this is the last time I say it, anterior mid-cingulate cortex, which is representative of your willpower, your will to live, the fire inside of you. It will shrink when staying inside of your comfort zone. Moving outside of your comfort zone, it will grow. Watch the Andrew Huberman and David Goggins podcast. It's very interesting. I'll leave a link in the description to it. And also, a realization I had every time I open my phone, almost as an instinct, whenever I have free time, I find myself wanting to go on to Instagram Reels, Tinder, TikTok, all this fucking shit. And it gives me an eye-opener on how much I actually was affected by it, without me even realizing, without me knowing. So, that was quick summarization. Fuck me, I'm so bad at talking. Anyways, it was raw, unedited video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I'm gonna make more videos on this subject, and hopefully gonna try and make more of a coherent video next time. So the videos will only get better and better, but I just wanted to get this video out. So yeah, hopefully enjoy it. See you in the next one. Have a good one.